Well, Sharife Cooper made me look stupid last night because for the past couple weeks I've been saying that I wasn't shocked he fell in the draft and he's not a good shooter. And the reason he did fall is because he can't shoot. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been criticizing him about his shooting ability, and some other people have been as well. I watched all of his games in college when he was playing for Auburn, and he never looked comfortable or even confident shooting, whether it was contested, wide open, threes, or mid ranges. It wasn't a scenario where he had bad shooting percentages in college and his form looked good. I thought his form wasn't good, and the numbers backed it up. In college, he had a bad habit of leaning back on all his jump shots, and that's why sometimes they would go left and right because his shoulders weren't square to the goal. And that's why his shots would also come up short, but after watching last night's game, he may have fixed it. I said going into the draft and after the draft, his shot isn't good, and unless he's done some notable and major changes in the past 3 to 4 months from college, that he's not going to be able to shoot in the NBA because he's going to be playing better defenders and taller defenders. The last time we really saw him play in college over a 7 to 10 game span was over 3 to 4 months ago, so that's enough time to change your jump shot. One minor fix can almost do amazing things for any shooter. Getting back on topic with the game, Sharife Cooper and the Atlanta Hawks, they played the Indiana Pacers, and everyone talked about Cooper after the game, but a player that I'm going to talk about in this video that stood out to me was Jalen Johnson. Johnson is an intriguing player because he was a highly regarded recruit going into college. When he went to Duke, he only played in a couple of games before he announced he was going to sit out before the NBA draft, and now here we are. Nobody knew what to think about him because he only played in a few and a selected amount of games at the college level. When he decided to sit out at Duke, there was many people questioning his leadership ability, does he even love the game, and also people saying he was quitting on his team, and he may do that at the next level if things don't go his way. I think for the Atlanta Hawks, when we get into the real season, Johnson could make more of an impact than Cooper will because he's so versatile. He can play anywhere from the point guard, well, probably not the point guard, but the shooting guard to the, I'd say, power forward position. If you want to be technical about it, yeah, he could play point guard if you really needed him to, but you wouldn't want that to happen. He's an athletic freak. He can jump out of the gym, he can slash, he can pull it for middies. He's not known for his shooting ability, but I wouldn't say it's bad. Johnson had a couple of really nice plays and he had a crazy dunk, but all throughout the game, I'd say he had a quiet 18 points. He can score all over the field and do it in multiple ways, and he showed that last night. He doesn't always need coach to draw up a play for him because he can get a rebound like he showed in the game, put it up, and when you look at the scoreboard, he could have 8 to 10 points just off of putbacks and second chances. He showed his slashing ability, and that's what he's going to look to do throughout most of his games. He can knock down the three-point shot, but he's not going to shoot too many. I wanted to bring that up because I thought Jalen Johnson was just as impressive as anyone else on the floor, but let's talk about the man of the video, Mr. Sharife. He was relatively quiet in the first half. He had a couple of buckets here and there, but in the second half, that's when he took over and started hitting all of his threes. From the three-point line, Sharife Cooper wound up going 5 for 8, which is really good. And on roughly about 3 of those, he was completely wide open. And on the other 2 he made, they were semi-contested, including the game winner and a clean step back that he hit. And I saw some people saying that, oh, anybody can shoot when they're wide open, but they were acting like all of his threes were wide open when that's just not what happened. I'm going to give credit to Sharife. He had a great shooting performance, and whether you're wide open or not, it doesn't matter. They still went in, and it's hard to shoot at the NBA level because it's farther back. And then shooters also know what I'm about to say. Sometimes a wide open 3 is scarier than a contested one because you're not used to it. You got so much time, you almost overthink it. I saw at Auburn all the time where teams would leave him open on purpose and he would still miss. But tonight, he didn't miss that many. Am I going to say that Sharife is now a 3-point threat and you got to guard him from the volleyball line? No, I'm not going to go that far. It's only one good shooting game. His shot is still really slow compared to Trae Young and Steph Curry. Yes, he made 5 out of 8, but even on the ones he made, if you pay attention, he's got a slow release, and that's going to hurt him because he's only roughly 6 foot, 6'1", and defenders at the next level are taller. If he can speed up his release just a little bit faster, I think that would improve his shooting even more, and it would make his contested looks look wide open. That's one thing I don't like in his jump shot form, because it takes so long to get off. It looks like it's in slow motion, and it's going to be easy to block. The threes weren't all of his points. It did hit a layup here and there, but for the most part, it was his 3-point performance that got everybody looking and paying attention. He didn't even shoot a single free throw, and I found that odd because in college, he would always shoot 10 to sometimes 15 a game. He's good at getting to the rim and drawing a foul. I'm surprised he didn't do much of that in this game. He was attacking and getting others involved. He finished with 9 assists, so it's not like he wasn't getting to the rack. It's that he wasn't going up with layups and he wasn't getting fouled that often. His overall stat line was 21 points, 9 assists, 8 for 14 from the field, and 5 for 8 on threes. Jalen Johnson, who I also think played very well, was also 8 for 14, had 18 points and 10 rebounds. I don't even think I've mentioned it yet, but if you didn't watch the game, I don't know if you heard by now, but Sharife did hit the game-winning 3. The real question is this right here. Is this performance and shooting performance by Sharife Cooper a fluke, a one-time thing, and it's not going to continue to happen? Or will this be a regular thing, and has he changed his jump shot, and is he a good shooter? I'm not even going to attempt to give a premature answer on that, because it's only been a couple of games in the summer league, and I'd have to see almost 4 to 5 more games before I even answer that. I know what I'm about to say isn't going to make a lot of you happy, but I still don't think he's a good shooter. I'm not changing my mind on it just yet. I gotta see him have more games like this. Right now, I think it's best for me to say he's an average shooter. I wouldn't put him in that good category just quite yet. And let me add some more context to that statement. I know he can shoot wide open. Everyone in the NBA and even the college level, they're gonna make 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 when they're wide open. My only concern about Sharife is, can he shoot against a good defender and a good team? It's not about how good of a shooter you are on your great shooting nights. It's about how good of a shooter you are on your bad shooting nights. Let that sink in. Even a bad basketball player, they're going to have a few good shooting games, but they're going to have a lot of bad ones to back that up. When you're talking about a Steph Curry, though, or a Trae Young, they're going to have a ton of great shooting games, but even their bad ones are good compared to other players. All in all, though, for Cooper, yes, great game, phenomenal game, hit the game winner. Couldn't have played any better if you got to ask me. But when we're talking about his shooting ability, I'm not going to come up here and say he's a great shooter and he's a Stephen Curry and he's the next Damian Lillard after one game. He hit 5 threes and he was beyond efficient, but I gotta see more of it. Good game for Sharife Cooper though. He definitely made me eat my words, and he probably had this good shooting performance because he's been watching the vids. Let me know what you think about this down below in the comment section. But with all that being said, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. If you're new to the channel, wait on. Join the family. Hit that subscribe button and leave a like for more. And as always, let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.